If you've ever wondered why you chase love or run from it, your attachment style might have the answer. Welcome to the Reflection Room. My name is Deshani and I'm a graduate student therapist. In a lot of videos on our channel, we've touched on the subject of attachment or attachment style. But as part of our short series providing an overview of some important concepts in mental health, I thought I'd provide a brief explanation of what attachment style is and also some of the basic types. So when we're talking about attachment style, what we're really looking at is how we connect with others and seek safety in relationships. And there are four main types. They are the secure attachment style, the avoidant attachment style, the anxious attachment style, and the disorganized attachment style. So the secure is actually the most common, and what this can look like is someone who feels comfortable with trust, independence, and closeness. And when conflict arises, a lot of times folks with this attachment style are able to navigate through them pretty effectively. The next attachment style is the avoidant, and what this can look like is a lot of self-reliance. When conflict arises, a lot of times people with this attachment style might withdraw or maybe even shut down. And the next one is the anxious attachment style. So this could look like someone who really wants closeness, but at the same time is really worried about being rejected. And the last is the disorganized attachment style. And this one shows up with a lot of parts of the avoidant attachment style and also some of the anxious attachment style. So what that can create is like a push-pull cycle, which can look like someone who, again, really wants closeness, but then at the same time fears it in some ways because it feels threatening. And when people are kind of learning about their attachment style and maybe realizing that they have one of the insecure attachment styles, sometimes a lot of frustration can come up. People might be confused why they aren't at that secure attachment and whether it's something that they did. And I really want you to know that we really don't choose our attachment styles. A lot of times it's our early experiences that really shape these. And when we're so little, we don't really have a lot of control over the things that we go through. But at the same time, it is important to note that our attachment style is not set in stone. We really can change them. One of the first steps towards this is deepening our awareness. And one way to do that is through reflection, which goes really well with the message of our channel. And so I'd encourage you to reflect specifically on some of the patterns that you've noticed in past relationships. And it's not just romantic relationships that we're looking at, but relationships of any kind. Could be with friends, family members, coworkers. And we're really looking towards what patterns kind of pop up throughout. And sometimes it can be helpful to do this with someone else. So I'd encourage you, if there's a friend or family member who you feel comfortable with talking about these past and current relationships, and there's someone who you feel like will be able to sit with you through them, through the challenging moments, that can be really helpful. Because sometimes we don't always see the patterns and someone else can point that out for us. But if you're struggling to figure out someone who can fill that need for you, I'd really encourage you to explore therapy if that's an option. Therapists really are trained in figuring out these patterns, and together with your therapist, you can kind of realize where your attachment style is, and then also create a plan to move forward if you want to move towards a more secure attachment. And another benefit of therapy is it can kind of let you experience what a secure attachment can feel like. So how this can show up in a session could be your therapist providing that support and that unconditional positive regard. But if some discrepancy shows up, if there's some tension, your therapist can respectfully but gently point that out to you, and then you can kind of experience what it's like to navigate conflict effectively and have that direct communication in an environment that still feels safe. And then you can try that out on your own in that relationship and hopefully start to bring that into your other relationships. And if you're looking for a therapist to help you with this, there are a lot of therapists here at Tampa Counseling Place who would love to help you navigate first figuring out what your attachment style is, and then also working towards more secure attachment. And I know that was just a brief overview, but I hope that it was helpful in getting that initial level of understanding of attachment style and then also some of the basic types. And until next time, keep reflecting.